What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It has been quite a while since I made a video. I do apologize about that. Um, but I am going to get back to my regular schedule coming up in the next few weeks. I do want to get some NBA videos out, though, since we are in the middle of the offseason heading to the draft tomorrow. And we've got a whole flurry of moves that are going to be coming up. So we'll start with the first one today. Jerami Grant is being traded to the Portland Trailblazers. He was originally on the Detroit Pistons. They are going to be getting a 2025 first round pick that is protected in exchange for Jerami Grant. And in addition, the Pistons are going to be getting a trade exception, which accounts for the salary difference between Jerami Grant and essentially nothing, which is what they're trading for in terms of salary right now. So I think this move serves two purposes for Detroit. One, it helps them to accrue some future assets with the 2025 first round pick. And I think it's interesting that they're choosing 2025 because that is about the time where, if you think about it, Portland is in a tough situation where they have to win now with Damian Lillard. They're not going to have a whole lot of time to try to get things fixed with him. Otherwise, he may opt out and try to force his way elsewhere, which could very well happen by 2025. So Detroit is looking at this as a potential asset that could be very underrated. If Portland decides to blow it up by 2025, then this is a pick that could have a ton of value for them. However, it also plays a big piece for them in terms of what they want to do this summer with the trade exception. A big rumor out there is that Detroit is going to be trying to pursue DeAndre Ayton from the Phoenix Suns, former #1 overall draft pick, to fill that center role. And now that they have this trade exception for $21 million, it would make them more likely to be able to get Ayton in addition to whatever else money that they want to give him. Like, let's say they want to plus him all the way up to $25 million or $30 million even. Then they could just trade a smaller level contract to help balance that out to Phoenix. So it gives them some more flexibility if they decide to go that route as well. So it's a very interesting trade from that perspective for Detroit too. So for Portland, the benefit for them is that they're trying to, as I said, they're trying to maximize that window with Damian Lillard while he's still there. They kind of overhauled the entire roster this season. They traded CJ McCollum away. They traded Norman Powell away. Robert Covington. Yusef Nurkic is on an expiring contract. We don't know if he will be back. So they made a lot of moves to try to clear cap space and basically reset the roster in large ways because they kind of hit a wall with the current core that they had, and they kind of realized that there wasn't really going to be much path for them to improve at all. So now they're going to have a prime opportunity to do that by acquiring Jerami Grant. I am a little skeptical, though, about if this is really going to move the needle for them. You look at the Western Conference right now, the Golden State Warriors, cream of the crop. Phoenix Suns, a lot of people are not really talking about them now since they lost in the second round, but they're going to be mostly returning the same core minus DeAndre Ayton, depending on what happens with him. You also have the Memphis Grizzlies, which is a team on the rise. And, maybe they could have given Golden State a run for their money in a Game 7 if Ja Morant didn't get hurt. Kind of hard to tell there what would have happened. But Denver is going to be getting fully healthy. And the Clippers are going to be getting fully healthy. And the Lakers, you never know what they're going to do, especially with LeBron James. Dallas also went to the Western Conference Finals. This is a stacked conference with a lot of teams that will be very good. And I don't really know if this is going to make the Pistons significantly better. I think Jerami Grant gives them a good wing that could be effective and a secondary score for them, but they're going to need a lot more firepower than this. If this is their only move that they're making from a star perspective, then I would be quite concerned. But I think that in Portland's case of trading trading that trade exception away, there might be some stipulation that allows them to preserve some of that salary cap space for somebody else. Kind of remains to be seen what they decide to do there, but they're going to need another person if they're going to make some significant moves. Let's say they get Bradley Beal. Does that even make a huge difference for them? And I'm honestly not 100% sure either how much of a difference that makes. I think it definitely puts them in the playoff conversation again, but I don't know if they even get out of the first round with that. So if I had to pick a winner or a loser in this trade, I'm going to say the winner is Detroit. because Jerami Grant was kind of a dwindling asset for them. Pretty much everybody knew that they did not need him on their team, and because of that, there's not going to be the huge level of return that you can get from a guy that's one, younger, and two, has more projected longevity on the team. But they managed to turn him into a future first, which could be quite valuable in the future, depending on how bad the Blazers are and how this situation with Damian Lillard develops. And with this trade exception, it allows them to go get a guy like DeAndre Ayton, who could be a great fit. Or if they really want to, they could get a guy like Miles Bridges or another restricted free agent who is probably going to be commanding a lot of money. And now Detroit, because they have a lot of cap space in addition to this trade exception now, it makes them pretty much the top buyer of restricted free agents in the league to really outbid these other teams depending on who they want to get. So it really puts them in a great position heading into this offseason with a lot of flexibility. So I would now say that Detroit is the winner of this, but that's just because I'm not 100% sure what Portland is going to be able to do. Give this an incomplete for them at this time, but very savvy move by the Pistons that I like a lot. If you're interested in more content like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. I make a wide variety of videos that include sports, music, song reactions, song covers, etc. So if you're interested in any of that, please consider checking it out in the description below. All right, I'll talk to you later. See you guys next time. Bye.